Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is for you. I'm Cyclone. It's time for more Let's Play Train Simulator. I decided today we're going to head back to the Cajon Pass because we haven't been to the US for a while, and I've been wanting to check out some of the BNSF content for some time. The SD75 is a nice series of scenarios here. It's going to give us a look at two different forms of the SD75. I decided I'm going to go ahead and do the SD75I today and tomorrow. That's Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm going to do the SD75M on Friday and Saturday as usual. And then I'm going to do the career scenario for the SD75M on Tuesday of next week. That's going to give me a whole week of content ready for you here. And then I'm going to move on again to something new. So I do definitely want to get to the East Coast mainline because I am looking at some things involving the trains that are used in the default game. So I'm probably going to do that one following that. I may go to Germany. I haven't decided yet. But all I know for now is that I'm still looking at doing the SD75 right now. And I mentioned before that there were two different, there were career scenarios on this as well. I'm on the standard tab. 3 of the scenarios are only available in standard form. 2 are in career. 1 career scenario for each format of the trains. So the SD75I has Glass Company exports as a standard scenario, but then Not Always Sunny in California exists as a career scenario. We are going to play the career scenario form of that. The SD75M, on the other hand, has Climbing Sullivan's Curve, and I believe Out to Needles are the 2 standard scenarios. Yeah, because it was 30 minutes. So those are the 2 standard. Climbing Sullivan's Curve and Out to Needles. And then this career scenario is Held Up by the Highwayman. So I haven't decided what order these 2 are going to be in. I might do the shorter one. So Climbing Sullivan's Curve will probably be Friday of this week. Out to Needles will probably be Saturday. And then, of course, Held Up by the Highwayman will be Tuesday of next week. I mean, I'd probably take Wednesdays a day off unless I decide to check out one of the custom routes at that point. I haven't decided yet. But I'm probably going to take the day off so I have a little bit of time to do things I need to do here in personal life. But I am definitely going to do Glass Company exports today. Not Always Sunny in California. The career scenario will be tomorrow. Let's go ahead and get started today on the Glass Company exports to get an introduction to the SD75I. And I also want to see if I can show you the train a little bit before we get going here. So I will try to give you a little bit of a tour of the train as we get going. So I'm going to go ahead and start the scenario, but before we get going, let's take a look at the train. Before we do any tasks today, let's go ahead and get started with a tour of the SD75. This is going to be a lot like the other trains we've seen, like the... Ignore the radio in the background, it's just distracting me. So a quick tour of everything here. We have the digital speedometer over here. This is going to tell us our speed. So if we zoom in on it over here, that is our speedometer. In mph, miles per hour, of course, goes up to 80. So it has a bit of a digital format, which is kind of neat. Next to that, we're going to have some buttons that do some various things here. So I'm going to try to highlight the interesting ones. This one is the instrument lights. This one features the wipers, so the wipers are going to turn on when I click that button, just like so. Instrument lights, of course, turn those on, so you can see that now. I'll leave that on for now. And the other buttons that work on anything here are the inside light. This is the cab light, so it turns that on. We have the numbers light, which I guess does something on the outside of the train. I guess this number's on the outside. Power handle. Actually, no, that's the, sorry, wrong item. The power handle, the light, I was trying to hit the button here. The power handle is in front of the button, but the button doesn't work. So there's the power handle. That gives you the power to the train, obviously. We have a reverser nearby, underneath, as you would expect on the other trains. I think there's a train going by. Disregard that, please. So moving up, we have the step lights up here as well. Jeez, dude. So the step, we see the dynamic brake over here. That one you can obviously see. And we do have things like the emergency brake, which is that. The sander is underneath. You can see an isolate button, which doesn't do anything. We're going to come to the rest of the buttons over here in a second. So the other buttons I need to point out over here. This red button also doesn't seem to do anything. The step lights are underneath. These things. These are the step lights. So they're going to control the step lights. Dynamic brake I mentioned already. So we're done on this side of the cab. Let's continue over to here. So I mentioned the buttons on the left or on the right already over here. This is the auto brake. So the auto brake will be the regular train brake that we activate. The engine brake is the one that was underneath, which is way down. I can't seem to see the engine brake very well, but it is down here somewhere. Probably because it's over here. The independent brake is right there. So that's where it's located. The bell is nearby as well. Here is the bell. Just constant noisy bell. Everyone likes to hear what the bell and the horn sounds like. And then the horn itself is just a switch, or a lever way up here. Of course, it's one tone because the B key represents the bell. So it's a one-tone horn. And as usual, it's the kind of horn you expect to hear in a hockey arena. Let's get started on this scenario, shall we? Morning. I'm glad to see you. The glass company have put several loaded freight cars for collection, but there is a problem. Brown box cars are blocking the freight, which needs to be sorted. All the other cars need to be assembled into one consist in thorn siding 2, so it looks like you have more switching to do than expected. Never easy. You will need to move these brown box cars out of the way. Couple together the blue box cars from siding 5, the center beam cars from siding 4, and the double stack cars from siding 3. It doesn't matter what order they're in, but they must form a complete train in siding 2. Uncouple your engine when you are done. Okay. At least it doesn't matter. I have the leisure to do it the way I want to. So this is kind of like another scenario we did in the Cajon Pass pack. It's kind of like one of those. The only difference is we're going to get to do things in the order we want to do. The switch is already set for us to go in here. Since the switch is already set for siding number 4, I think I'm going to go to siding number 4. We're going to have to pull everything out when we're done to siding number 2, which is the one back here. This is the siding we have to plop everything in right here. So it's our simple marshalling task. That's all we're doing. So hop into the outside of the train. I'm going to go ahead and be the guy who hops down out of the cab for a minute. Don't know how I got out of the cab like that. That was... Oh, train coming. Let's get out of the way. So we're going to be heading over to here, away from the train for a moment. Let's look at our marshalling task just to make sure we know exactly what we're doing. If we bring up the F1 right now, we can see that we have... Oh, and the F6 and F7. Those cars did not light up, but we have to move those brown box cars no matter what we do. So the brown box cars already need to be moved out of the way to get to the cars back here. So these cars are 3 of our cars. These cars are 8 of our cars. And the other 3 are these 3... Well, 2 of them, apparently, are these ones. Oh, are these double cars? That's probably why. They're double cars. Okay, so this is 3 of our cars. Looks like 6, but it's 3 of our cars. The good news is that there are no other vehicles in the way here, which is very, very good news. So I'm going to have to do some very, very interesting switching work here. This is going to be like a little bit of a puzzle to get these brown cars out of the way. So the best way I can do it is to ignore this first set of cars here and head straight for this first set of brown cars I'm already looking to hook up to. The only question is, how much room do I have here? That I do not know. Yeah, I'm just going to go for these brown box cars. I think that's just the easiest way to do it. So that's on. Let's go forward a little bit. Gonna turn this off. We know the brown box cars are not part of our objective. Do not speed. No. Don't use speed, you jerk. I told you don't speed and you sped anyway, you jerk. Okay, let's put the brakes back on a little bit. So these guys are now on my in my possession. We're gonna head backwards with them, and that's the first 3 cars that are gonna be out of the way. That's gonna allow me to go ahead and put the first 8 cars back in the siding. I can then stick these brown box cars right here into siding 4 where I kind of don't want them. Where I can kind of get them out of the way, I mean. So we're gonna head... Oh, sure, the bell on. And the headlights. Hey! Probably should be the headlights this way. I'll figure that out when I disconnect, but for right now we're good. So over to the front of the train now. I know I'm slowing down, so I'm going to keep an eye on my switch here. When I pass, I know I'm going to go to this one next when I come back here. So I'm going to assume that I'm clear of this switch now. That's exactly what I want to see. And we're going to let the train just kind of gain momentum in the other direction now. Why not? I'm going to have to eventually hit the brakes as I bring the train inwards. So I'm going to have to stop the train. We don't want to go too far because there are more cars we need over there. Now we're getting a little too much speed for my liking, so slow it down, please. Oh, I'm going, whoops, wrong direction. I had the reverse or the other direction. Let's go the right way, please. Not quite. We got him, just barely. So we're going to head back in the direction I want to go, which is... Well, first of all, before I do anything, let's go ahead and disconnect these guys now, because I've got everything I want over here. And I have no reason to keep these connected right now, because I'm going to need to get the cars that are on the other track out of the way. To do that, I'm going to disconnect this. So no task completed yet. This is a marshalling task, so we're pretty much not going to be able to do anything wrong here. We're just going to go ahead and reverse. We're going to get this out of the way for now. Now the proper way to do this might have been to clear sign number 5 first, but it's a marshal task. There's really no way to do this wrong. There's not a lot of ways you can screw this up. Let's check my headlights now. The headlight's not working today? What's going on here? That's a train going by. That's BNSF SD75I number 238. Headlights are on. I just can't tell from in the cab. I need to go a little more because it's slowing down way too fast. I know it's kind of an oxymoron to say you're slowing down way too fast. Oh, I realize what the problem is. The cars are in the way here. Oh, that's a bit of a mess. Well, I'm going to have to push these guys up a little bit more, it looks like. Oh, well. Don't use speed again, please. So we're going to have to push these guys up just a little bit further to get them out of the way where I need to be. Once they're up far enough, I can go ahead and I can access the first of those cars. So I thought I had to back up to the other switch, but it turns out I had not. Whoa. I had not gone far enough, and this is not going to be good. This is not going to be good. Slow down. Slow down. Unfortunately, I did not completely crash into everything here. Stop right there, please. Right there. Now we're going to disconnect everybody. Whoops. Not what I want to do. We're going to disconnect everybody one more time here. We're just going to redo that disconnection. And there we go. Now we can back up. So this is a puzzle. This is literally a puzzle. Oh, brakes off. So I'm going to hit an uphill shortly. When I do that, I should be able to hit the switch. Actually, I can hit the switch in a moment. There it is. So I'm going to head now. First of all, I'm going to let the train come to a stop. I don't need to use the brakes because I'm on an uphill. It's going to stop me anyway, and then it's going to push me in the other direction. That is just fine. So I move my reverser into a forward position. We're going to go ahead and let the train just do its own thing here because it knows where it wants to put me. put on just a little speed now. So we now have it up just far enough that the cars are not in the way. We're going to eventually pick up the cars inside number 4 as well. So a very, very small brake application, maybe a little more. Maybe a little more. Okay, so we got the control I need right now. That is fine. You're kidding me. Got him. Got him. Okay. I thought I wasn't connected for a second, but I think I just connected as I just hit forward again. So brakes. Oh, I can leave the brakes applied, actually. Let's do that. I do need a little speed here, so I'll do that. So side number 5 is now going to be empty. Side number 4 is going to be the next one empty. So over to the front of the train, you can see I have a double boxcar here. So the track comes in from behind it. It's going to rejoin. We're going to eventually pass the switch, which I can hit the brakes on. Actually, the train's braking itself again. There's a switch right there, so I can hit that switch once I'm past it. A little further, I'm going to say. I'm going to hit it as we go by, so watch the lever change. There it goes. Switch has changed. The train's going to do its own thing again. And I'm just going to get pushed onto the other track like I want to. Here we go. Did I hear another train? No, I don't. I thought I heard another train. My imagination, apparently. There's all those useless boxcars. The garbage, useless boxcars. Now suddenly going 8 miles per hour, which is faster than I expect to be going. But we'll do it. Someone going by. There has to be someone going by. Yeah, there's a train going by right there. We don't have time to admire him because we're moving. Brakes, kick in, please. Those brakes were too strong, apparently. Okay. We're going to fix that very quickly. We're going to put a small amount of speed back on. Here it goes. I'm probably going to exceed the freight comfort level here at some point. Oh, well. Good enough. We're going to go into reverse. We're going to get... Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I was about to disconnect or take them all out and move them to the siding, but let's go ahead and just disconnect this and take just this for the time being because I want to get those boxcars out of the way. That seems like a legitimate thing to do. Boxcar removal about to be completed. Because I can fit those other 3 cars in here, no problem. So I'm going to put a little bit of brakes on just to slow me down, because the uphill that I'm going to hit is going to do the job of slowing me down completely. Just going to put some brakes on. Actually, I'm way past the train I want to stop and pick up now, so yeah, let's just do more brakes. Hit this guy. I'm going to keep a small brake application applied now, and I'm going to work through that. This was not what I had in mind. This was certainly not what I had in mind. Okay, I got brakes now, so we're good. Got him. Didn't take a lot of effort that time. They're out of the way. Let's get these guys pulled back. I'm going to actually stay right here where we are right now. I'm going to watch these cars back up. As we do that, I'm going to make sure the switch is set for sign number 5 over here, which is exactly what I need to do. I'm not going to touch the one I'm currently running over. And hopefully my estimation on this is correct. Once I'm past this switch, I should be able to hit the switch again once it's visible. In my case, once it is visible. There it is. So we're going to zoom in on that switch. We're going to go ahead and slap that. Boom. We're going to watch the train now slowly back up. I have not hit the throttle at all. We're just letting the train back up on its own momentum. Just the way Daddy likes it. So if we did things correctly with the switch, we know we're going to head into the main direction here. We're going to go onto the main track back there on the right. I don't know why I call it the main track. That's not true at all. Going to hit some brakes right now so we know we have control. We have absolutely no control. Excellent. But we are on the correct track, so let's hop on the back of the train here, or the front as it were. Let's make sure we can get these cars some good diesel. These cars need some good diesel. Where's the front of our train? Oh, still got room. Whoops. How much room do we have? Oh, we're good anytime now. We are good now. Awesome. Awesome. A little further, just give it a little more room. Well, that comes to a stop. What kind of car is that over there? I want to know. Oh, just a nasty old pickup truck. Okay. So we're going to stop right here. We are way beyond the point where the track splits off. Another freight train going by over there. Who's that one, you might want to know? Well, let's find out. That is number 3683 by the looks of it. 3683. Of course, we are way back here. And we're going to make our way out of this siding right now. No, 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 no. Wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Other direction. I'm going the wrong way. What's going on here? This is what I want to do. Wow, that was kind of awkward. That's what you call sloppy, ladies and gentlemen. So we need to make sure we're past the first siding here. We're going to pick up the rest of our cars from the first trip around. There's our switch, so stop right here, please. We're going to hit the switch again as we go by. I believe it hit. So let's pull some brakes off and let's go against them. Oh, wrong one. Forward this time, please. Oh, the brake's too strong, really. Ooh, that went up in a hurry. As you can see, the other cars we need to pick up are still back there. They're all numbered. I have a feeling we're taking too long to do this, but thankfully there is no timetable on it. Let's just get it done. Brakes didn't want to work on this part of the track, apparently. Oh, don't do this. Really don't do this. There we go. So we got some dead shrubbery here in the middle. I'm not surprised. The work they're doing around here probably kills everything. That's, nah. There's our diesel point. Those freight cars are chugging up some diesel. So we're going to plop ourselves at the switch up here. That's where we want to be, right about here. Here come the regular cars now. I'm trying to keep count. It's either 5 or 6 here, I think. So at least a couple more. Based on the coloring, I'm going to say 6. And this will be number 7, probably. So I'm getting a little speed back on. This should be enough to get past. Unless I miscounted by 1. Or unless I... Oh, no, there's another car. Yep, more. Need more. And, oh, there's even one more. Okay, I certainly have not been counting correctly. My counting is not good. There's the last car. We'll probably get some freight discomfort on this mission. Oh well. So we are clear of the switch now. We're going to go ahead and let the train come to a stop on its own. We're going to hit the switch. And it will come backwards. Let's ride. No walking surface on top of car. Thank you very much. The cars we need are way back there. And let's not go too fast. This in reality is the hard part. Oh, wrong throttle. Do it right. There we go. Ooh, I guess I should have done 3 and 5 together in some way. That would have made more sense, wouldn't it? They're the same kind. Actually, no, I guess they're different box cars. They are different. We got them. We are all set. We're going to reverse out now. This time I'm going to go ahead and take the train all the way up to... Go the right way, please. Thank you. 15. We're getting some slack on the cars here. That's the best way to put this. We don't need to put too much throttle on. Let's not do that. Okay, take that off. And since we're reversing on the back of our engine... Needless to say, that's not the thing we're really working on. We want to know where the cars come off. So I'm going to go ahead and once again keep my eye on this. We know we have a signal to work with at the end of the platform, or at the end of the siding. So we're going to have to just make sure we don't pass it. Let's hop back to the front of the train for a second and show you going forward. We can actually ride the train this way if we wanted to. In fact, if I want to, I could probably even turn and look out the window. Wrong side. Nah, it's not working. So you can see the end of the siding up there. I almost sped, by the way. So let's look back at this side of the train. We are pulling our way completely out. I'm almost clear. We're going to stop here and see what this gentleman's doing. Hello, are you the inspector? You're my boss. Okay, good. You're my boss. Thank you. So we're going to go ahead and get these set up. So once you pass your boss, you're pretty much good to go. Your boss is around the start of the siding. So you hit that switch, you go backwards, and you're done. Wrong side, wrong side. Go backward. No, frontwards is right. Frontwards is correct. Never mind. I'm right. So there's your boss. Just look on the map at where the train is right now. That is indeed right around this area near the start of the siding. So yep, that's where your boss is. We're going to ride the front of the cab here, or front of the freight car here. We're going to put the entire train into Thorn siding 2, and then we're going to slam the brakes. Okay, why am I speeding? I should not be speeding there. That 1.5 grading caught me by surprise. That grading will do that in a career scenario. It will just sneak up on you. You don't notice it, and then you're losing points without even meaning to speed. Without even trying to do anything wrong. It just happens. Looks like my brake application was too strong for the situation because I'm not getting any speed even on level 6 throttle. So I'm going to go ahead and reset my throttle and take the brakes off and do this again. Because I want to go just a little bit further back here. that will hold a little bit, and that will hold even better. Not holding at all. A little more. That will do nicely. But now we're going to break even more because we're getting to the end of the area. In fact, we are completely within the siding, so we do want to stop. So I'm going to head back to this side of the train. I'm going to hit 8 to go into a freeform view. And then we're going to go ahead, and as soon as this stops, I'm going to move me in reverse just because I can. And we're not really going to get a way to end this scenario cleanly, so just make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to see more work like this. I'm going to turn my bell off. I'm Cyclone. Make sure you do tune in for the other scenario with this particular model of the train tomorrow. In the meantime, great! That's exactly what we wanted. The correct freight cars are correctly sorted and ready for collection. You did well. Okay, run off sentence. So again, like the video, subscribe to the channel. You can also see the next video tomorrow. If you are looking at my Cajon Pass playlist, I might have an SD75 playlist as well. I haven't decided yet. That video will be coming up in seconds. So I'm Cyclone. I'll see you for that video tomorrow. In the meantime, yeah, I don't really know what else to say at this point. Just another freight scenario. That next video will begin in 3, 2, 1.